Why do some things float but others sink? I think that the more dense an object is, the more likely it's going to sink. We're going to experiment with this on 6 different objects. We're going to have a big can of tomato paste, small can of tomato paste, a rock, a football that's filled with air, water that has a small air bubble, and a water bottle that is filled halfway. First thing we're gonna do is a small can of tomato paste. It's gonna sink. Next is gonna be the air-filled football, and this is gonna float pretty easily. Next we're gonna do a rock. It just drops down, no resistance. Next, let's do half-filled water bottle. This is gonna float, but has a little bit of resistance to go down because it's halfway filled. And we're gonna do a water bottle that has a small air bubble coming from it. This is gonna, it's edging towards sinking, but because of this small air bubble, it's floating on this side. All this happens because of how dense a object is. Like this air-filled football, it's filled with complete air, so there's nothing that will go against the water. Its density is less than the water, so it's gonna stay up. Unlike this rock, it's very small, but it still has a lot of the density is more than the water, so it's gonna sink. It doesn't matter about size either because we have a small can and a big can of tomato paste. This small can weighs less than both these water bottles, but it still sinks very easily. This big can also sinks very easily. And because there's a water bubble in the air bubble, in the water bottle, it's gonna stay afloat because the air is less dense than the actual water. In conclusion, objects with lower density will always float when put into fluids with higher densities. That is why when we put different types of fluids in a bottle, they will split up into different groups. The fluid with the higher density will always sink to the bottom, while fluids with lower density, such as air and oil, will always go to the top.